Feeling good, feeling great, yeah. Feeling good, feeling great. We're hanging, hanging with Hurt. We're hanging. Welcome to the show. We're hanging, hanging with the Hurt. We're hanging.
Hello everyone, I'm Frank Thomas, and this is Hangin with Hurt, where I go one-on-one with the best in sports and entertainment. Today's guest is one of the greatest base stealers in Major League Baseball history, Tim Raines. A former teammate with the White Sox, Rock was a 7-time All-Star and stole over 800 bases in a 23-year career that was capped with induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2017. It's my favorite teammate of all time, the one and only Tim Rock Raines, on this edition of Hangin with Hurt. I'm proud to bring you my favorite teammate of all time, Mr. Tim Rock Raines. Rock, welcome to Hangin with Hurt, man. What's going on out there?
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It took you long enough to get me on. I thought we was tight, player.
Rock, you were my all-time favorite teammate. You know, I was a young player when you came in '91. Kind of changed everything for me because I really didn't know nothing about the big leagues. Did you do that on all your teams when you were playing, or you just that was just your nature, man?
Well, it was different for me because I was a young man myself coming, out of the minor leagues. I was a 19-year-old kid going to Montreal, going to a city that spoke a different language. I mean, it was not only tough to, feel like you belong at the major league level, but, we were staying in a city that spoke French. People, if you haven't really been to Montreal, you find out, really early that if you don't attempt to speak the French language, you'll find yourself in situations where, you can't communicate. And, those first few years I was in Montreal, it was tough for me because, one, being a young man from Sanford, Florida, small town, going to, a French Canadian city, at first it was kind of tough, being around a bunch of big leaguers who really didn't know me that well. And it took me, a few years to adjust.
Rock, you had 6 straight 70 plus stolen base seasons. It's the longest streak in MLB history. I don't think most people even know that. What does that accomplishment mean to you?
Well, it means a lot because, there's something that I can lay my hat on and actually say that I did this and no one else has done it yet. I'm not sure if it'll ever be broken, especially nowadays where, the game has changed. Guys aren't running as much anymore. It's more about power than it is about speed offensively. And I'm very proud of that. When I first got to the big leagues, I thought that, you have to really prove yourself year in and year out. Even though you make it for the first time doesn't mean you're going to stay, because when I was first called up at the end of the season, I was a September call up the next year. I didn't make the team. I was called up in the middle of the season. And then my first full year was like the third year being up there. And by that time, I felt like I was ready. So, that first year, my rookie season, we ended up going on strike. So we played 55 games. We went on strike, and I wasn't really sure if we were going to finish that season. We actually came back and finished it. But, I had 50 stolen bases in the first 55 games. And I felt like that was going to be my year. But we ended up going on strike. I ended up with 72 and 88. So,
wow.
Looking back at it, if I could have got a full season in this hotel, I could have gotten.
You had some talented teammates, and all you guys could really run. Who's a better base runner? You, Pete Rose, or Andre Dawson? When Hawk can run now before all the knee surgeries.
Well, putting it that way, I'm always the best base runner. I was always the fastest. Pete Rose couldn't run a lick by the time he came to Montreal. Andre Dawson, and you know what? With Andre, he was. I think it was before when I first got there. It was before, he started having all the surgeries on his knees. So I mean, he was playing center field. I was playing left. He covered a lot of ground. I mean, looking back at it, playing left field, he made it easy for me. He made me a better outfielder because, if there's anything that he could take, I let him take it. So, if it wasn't right at me, I made the play. If it was to my left, anywhere to my left, Andre was right there, so it made it much easier for me.
I was blessed to have you hit in front of me for a couple of years and got to drive you in a lot. But I want to know how you feel, because I felt you were a Hall of Famer a lot earlier than you got in. It took you to your last year of eligibility and you finally got in. How tough was that on you? Because we all in baseball knew you were a Hall of Famer and it took so long.
First of all, I think hitting in front of you cost me a few stolen bases. I think I might have got there a lot sooner.
So it might have cost you a couple of years, huh?
Yeah, you cost me a couple of years because the 5 years we were together, I would say that was at least 150 stolen bases that I could have gotten.
My bad.
When I'm at first and you at the plate, I can't steal second because they're walking. So
I knew you were going to say that. But it's true. I did not want you running.
Right. So I think if I wouldn't have been hitting in front of you and I got an opportunity to steal a lot more, I might have got there a little sooner. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well,
it was actually, you know what? It was tough. It was tough. The first few years, the first 5 years, I noticed I was on the ballots. I was gaining votes every year. But, seriously, I really didn't think about it the first 5 years. And then as the years went on, the total kept going up. And, as they changed the rules of instead of 15 years, they moved it to 10.
Right.
And that was like in my 7th year. So I was thinking that, okay, if they're going to change the rules now, maybe I would still get those years. And they were just, it's too late to be changing the rule in the middle of this thing. I've got like 7 years left, and then all of a sudden it went from 7 to 2. As you know, when they do vote, they start putting the numbers out, the guys that report their votes. And I was looking at that and I was going, wow. If you look at it that way, you're in because all the votes you get are the ones that are publicized. So, okay, the publicized numbers are saying that I'm in, but there were still a lot of more votes out there, so I wasn't really sure. So I was really nervous. I was nervous. My girls were nervous, and my wife was nervous. So it was the day of, is this phone gonna ring or is it not gonna ring? And
right.
We had set up. Actually, it was the only time that we had really set up, thinking that it was gonna happen. And thank God it did, because I really would have been embarrassed if it wouldn't have happened.
I'm 52 right now, and I know how I'm feeling on a daily basis. At 52, you decide to have another kid, but you reach to Pandora's box and you got two. You got twins. You got Amelie and Ava. And I know them personally, and they got your personality. I just don't know how much energy that you have to maintain a day to keep up with these young ladies. And they're so adorable.
Well, thank God they're in school, because if I had to deal with them on a daily basis at home 24/7, I'd be in trouble. Actually, it's been great, really. Most people, at 52 are playing around with their grandkids, so.
Legendary.
With me, I've got grandkids and I have little kids, so.
Rock certainly has his hands full, that's for sure. Plenty more coming up on Hanging with Hurt. Before we go to break, let's go out to my guy, Mr. Gatsby, and see what he's up to this week.
Thanks, Frank. Tim Raines was on great teams throughout his career. As I pondered my next move, he tells Frank which team was most talented. More Hanging with Hurt after this.
Hangin' with Hurt is sponsored by Gold Rush Gaming.
Frank Thomas, the big hurt in my car.
Yes.
NUGENIX Total T. It's the real deal, right?
When I turned 40, like you said, I started to feel run down on account of
Because of your-
right, your free testosterone levels drop.
Yep.
So what did I do?
I hope you tried NUGENIX. Started with a complimentary bottle, and what a difference.
To get your complimentary bottle of NUGENIX Total T, text SPRINT to 231231. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels so you can trim up and stay lean.
Thanks to you and NUGENIX, I feel like my old self again.
That's great, man. And you know what else?
Oh yeah, she'll like it too.
Oh, that's my line.
Get your complimentary bottle of NUGENIX now. Text SPRINT to 231231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of NUGENIX Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back in shape fast. Absolutely free. That's SPRINT to 231231.
Don't take a chance on another gaming company. At Gold Rush Gaming, we offer the highest quality of service and games in the video gaming industry, with unparalleled dedication and proven gaming knowledge. We are here to help you make your business successful. We provide the most efficient service possible, in addition to offering the newest games and upgrades as they become available to the market. You're always dealt a winning hand with Gold Rush Gaming. Reach out today and see what a difference the gold standard can make.
Here's what it takes to make the world's finest golf clubs. Unlimited time, money, passion. Start early, stay late, dream big, lose sleep, lose patience, never lose focus. Ignore what's been done before, ignore the haters, overanalyze, overagonize, never accept good enough until forgiveness, performance, and feel are absolutely amazing. BXG, nobody makes golf clubs the way we do, period.
This segment of Hangin' with Hurt is brought to you by NUGENIX.
Welcome back to Hanging with Hurt. I'm Frank Thomas. Time for one of my favorite segments, What If? I asked Tim Raines, what if he was on a safari with Andre Dawson and Bo Jackson, and they had one bedroom with two beds? Who would be the odd man out?
If I would have had to make the decision, it'd definitely be Bo, because I know if he had to make the decision, it'll be me.
Well, you know I had him on this program, and he always talked about
The question is, who would have been make the decision? Now, the other question is, even if I had to make the decision, I don't know. I might have had to have a gun or something just to make sure that he did what I said. Because I know I couldn't handle him if I had to go one-on-one.
You know, everybody talk about the Griffeys, you know, Ken Sr. and Ken Jr. I mean, incredible story. But you had the same, you know, opportunity to play with your son, Rock Jr. I mean, how proud did that make you, man? Because, you know, it's hard to even fathom, you know, playing with your son in the major leagues.
I was with the Expos at the time, and he got called up to the major leagues with the Orioles, and they ran into some trouble with outfield play. I mean, they had a few guys hurt, and they had ran out of outfielders. They didn't have anybody else in the minor league, so they reached out to the Expos, and the Expos asked me about it. And seriously, man, I thought they were kidding me. They were like, you know, how would you like to go play with your son in Baltimore? I said, man, don't be playing with me like that. And they said, no, we're not playing. We're serious. And they said, you know, we can get this deal done. I'll call you tomorrow. This was after a game. I'll call you tomorrow morning, and we'll let you know if we got the deal done. They called me the next morning and let me know. And the cool thing about it is, they called me, they let me know. We was on the road in Miami at the time, and packed my bag, jumped on them, barely made my flight, got on the flight to Baltimore, went there, and we got there right around the time that the game was getting ready to start. And as you know, we did the deal. My son didn't know anything about it. So by the time we got to Baltimore, he was on the field getting ready for the game, and I got there. I got my uniform and ran out on the field, and I think my son thought he saw a ghost.
He freaked out, huh? I would have freaked out too.
He thought he saw a ghost, and I was out there with an Oriole uniform on, and it was quite a homecoming. Seriously, probably the proudest day in my career. Really, I mean, obviously, that first day being called up to the major leagues is important. I think everyone, can't wait for that to happen. But to have an opportunity to play with your son, play in the outfield beside him, I don't think I've ever been emotional in a game until the game we played together out in the outfield with Baltimore. I mean, when they were playing the national anthem, I was teary-eyed. I mean, I never really felt that way going into a game, but it's a big difference when you're playing in a game and you look to your left and there's your firstborn, and it's unbelievable to have that kind of feeling.
Amazing.
Nothing fires me up more than seeing two Hall of Famers talk baseball. I can't wait to see what's next on Hanging with Hurt, so let's send it back to Frank.
We'll see Mr. Gaspy again on the next episode. When we return, we'll circle the bases with Tim Raines to see where he'd rank himself among the greatest base stealers of all time.
Hangin' with Hurt is brought to you in part by PXG.
Can you believe this? Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas. You guys look great. Once I turn 40,
Let me guess, less energy?
Less drive.
definitely.
It's not your fault. It happens to every man. Testosterone levels drop as you age.
Happened to you guys?
Yep.
So what did you do?
We got NUGENIX Total T.
To get your complimentary bottle of NUGENIX Total T, text SPRINT to 321321. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels.
That does it. I gotta get NUGENIX.
Just send a text for a complimentary bottle. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of NUGENIX now. Text SPRINT to 321321. Text now and we'll include a bottle of NUGENIX Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back in shape fast. Absolutely free. That's SPRINT to 321321.
PXG's world-class golf clubs are made for players of every skill level and budget. And now, even better news. We just made PXG for Heroes special pricing sharper than ever. And because Heroes are everywhere, everybody gets special pricing on most products. So what are you waiting for? Call us or visit PXG.com and take your game to a whole new level. If that's not fun, tell me what is, baby. PXG, nobody makes golf clubs the way we do, period.
Hi, I'm Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. As a 20-year former pro athlete, I've had 6 sport-related surgeries. Believe me, I know pain. Through the years, I've tried every possible remedy with little results. 50 million Americans suffer from pain every day. Well, now you don't have to suffer anymore. It's a new pain relief product that is made with natural hemp extract and profoundly effective. Ecoderm, the Big Hurt Pain Cream.
To order Ecoderm, go to ecosciences.com or call 888-578-0012.
We're hanging, hanging with the hurt. We're hanging, feeling good. We're hanging.
Rock, in 1999, you went to Oakland. I got to play in Oakland too. It's a really cool place to play because it's so much relaxed. But you were diagnosed with something called lupus in 1999. Kind of shocked the baseball world. It doubly shocked me because I was over on the other side going, what is going on with my friend? What did it do to you? Did it take a toll on you? Did it change your opinion about baseball? What was going through your mind? It was more a health and life or death situation? Or what were you thinking going through your mind?
I'm going to tell you how it happened. We had a day game after a night game. I felt a little bloated. I thought maybe, I had some issues with my kidneys, have an infection or something.
Right.
So I wasn't really sure. But I remember starting the game, running to my position in left field. And you know how far that is in Oakland,
right?
From the bench to left field. And when I got to my position, I was winded for some reason. I had never, felt like I had ran a marathon. And I was like, wow, something's not right, because I've never felt that way before in my life. Luckily, no one hit me a ball that I had to run after it. So I come in. I think I was leading off. And I got a hit. Ran down to first base. When I got to first, I was winded. So we called timeout. They take me off the field, and they rushed me to the hospital. And at that time, not knowing what was going on, like I said, I thought it was, I had an infection in my kidney.
Right.
My knees were swollen, my ankles were swollen, my glands were swollen. So I'm thinking, okay, it just must be a kidney infection. And but when they came back, they said, it was negative for a kidney infection. So now, my doctors had no clue of what was wrong with me. So I was really fortunate. That our team doctors was friends with one of the head guy for Lupus in Oakland. And so he asked our doctor, he said, well, why don't we check for lupus? And they did. It took about 2 weeks. They sent him to Stanford University. It came back positive. And that's how I found out. So,
wow.
But when I found out, man, that was maybe the worst news I had ever got, because by that time I knew what it was all about.
Right.
And now I'm like, I felt like I was fighting for my life, because I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. And when they found out, they said my kidney was only functioning 20%. And if I would have waited any longer, that I probably would have had to get dialysis. So
oh wow,
we figured it out just in time, and they treated it just like cancer. I had to get the treatments and all that stuff. Actually, it happened right before the All-Star break in '99, so I ended up missing the rest of that season. I never got a chance to come back. I think I ended up losing like about 70 pounds. I was down to like 150 pounds.
Right.
And shoot, I don't remember last time I was 150 pounds. Shoot, it must have been like in in the 8th grade or something like that.
It's time for our final segment, Circling the Bases. Tim Raines ranks 5th all time in stolen bases behind Ricky Henderson, Lou Brock, Billy Hamilton, and Ty Cobb. But where does he rank himself?
I would put myself number one, personally. But to me, I would say it would be Ricky, it would be Lou, and then it would be me, Ty Cobb, and Hamilton. I think as far as leadoff guys and guys that ran the bases the way the 5 of us did, I would probably rank myself 3rd, because to me, Ricky was number one. And, I don't think I should have put myself ahead of Lou Brock, because that guy did it all. I mean, if it wasn't for him, St. Louis never would have won those World Series that they won without Lou Brock. And he was a great player, as well. So, but even though I'm 5th on the list, I would probably put myself in the 3rd position, because I actually feel like if I would have been a little more concerned about trying to be number one, I probably would have had a lot more bags than I ended up having over my career. But I think over my career, I really didn't look at it as wanting to be the best guy that stole bases. I wanted to be a guy that they remembered as an all-around player. who played defense, who also could swing the bat as well as run the bases. And I felt like I did that, And the one thing I think I wish I could have been was a little more selfish than I was. I was more of a team player. I always thought about my team first. I felt like I did everything I could for my team before I thought about doing for myself. And I think if I would have been a little more selfish, I think those numbers would have been much higher.
Thank you, Tim Raines, for coming out. My favorite teammate of all time. I can always call you any day of the week and get a laugh. You're a hell of a man, hell of a family man. I want you to tell Shannon and the girls hello, because we definitely love you, Megan and I. So just want to wish you well, man. And thank you for coming out and hanging the hurt, Rock Raines. Love you, man.
Hey, my pleasure, man. Thanks for having me. Even though you took too long to get me on, but I really appreciate being on your show. I'm a big fan, and I'm gonna have to get an autograph next time I see you.
Tim Rock Raines was certainly a Hall of Fame player and a Hall of Fame person indeed. We'd like to thank Tim for coming out with Hangin with Hurt. I'm your host, Frank Thomas, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. For the latest on Hangin with Hurt and for future episodes, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Hangin with Hurt.
We're feeling good, like we knew we would. Feeling good. Feeling
Don't take a chance on another gaming company. At Gold Rush Gaming, we offer the highest quality of service and games in the video gaming industry, with unparalleled dedication and proven gaming knowledge. We are here to help you make your business successful. We provide the most efficient service possible, in addition to offering the newest games and upgrades as they become available to the market. You're always dealt a winning hand with Gold Rush Gaming. Reach out today and see what a difference the gold standard can make.
Hi, I'm Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. As a 20-year former pro athlete, I've had 6 sport-related surgeries. Believe me, I know pain. Through the years, I've tried every possible remedy with little results. 50 million Americans suffer from pain every day. Well, now you don't have to suffer anymore. It's a new pain relief product that is made with natural hemp extract and profoundly effective. EcoDerm, the Big Hurt Pain Cream.
To order EcoDerm, go to ecosciences.com or call 888-578-0012.